welcome to the Alabama-Missouri postgame show right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, and my partner in crime, Johnny Burtz, as we bring you our take from the 34-0 victory over Missouri. And I got to say, it was a much-needed victory. We needed it. We needed something like this.
Yeah, definitely. And it brings it brings Alabama back. The attitude will come back. The passion will come back. The seeds of doubt. I mean, you never know when those things are going to creep in, but that'll give them. I think they'll understand this is the way forward. What we're doing, this week practice, it's the way forward. And
True.
we've made adjustments. We've listened to the criticism, and now we can tune it out and say, we understand. We figured it out.
That's
And
true,
so
man.
it was a great game for Alabama. It really was. It was everything they needed. And I think I really think it'd be hard for me to not believe that they would not build on this going into next week, bye week, and then headed on with LSU, Auburn, that kind of the end of the season.
My hearing's not so good. Ellis who?
Down on the bayou.
But yeah, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, doing good, doing good. Got my granddaughter coming here in a little bit. I'm down in the cellar, and you can see behind me I got my games going and stuff like that. But I'll have to close shop here in a little while. Go up there and love on my sweet little granddaughter and enjoy life.
There you go, man. And
The stress is now over. Stress from 2:30 till now is over, and now I can go upstairs and show some love, and it's always good.
there you go. Well, and here's some ways where we can make life not so stressful. It's by becoming a YouTube member of Alabama at the Voice of College Football, where you can become a Crimson Faithful member for $2.99 a month, where you can have a loyalty badge next to your name in the comments in the live chat, custom emojis to use in the comments, and you get a member shout out.
I
And for
want
$4.99,
I want people to join and call in so we can have a conversation. That's what I would love to see. Let's have a conversation.
Absolutely. And you get access.
Exactly.
There we go. And you get access to monthly hangout for $4.99 a month by becoming a Save a Disciple. And you get a member shout out and priority reply to comments. And for $9.99 a month, you can connect on social media with us and give out content requests by becoming a Bear Bryant legend. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is an awesome one. I can guarantee you that.
It is. I can't wait to receive some phone calls and talk to people and see if their vision and what I'm seeing are the same thing.
Oh, here we go. And also, you can come on in to topqualityshirts.com, where we are wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year by getting some of the top-notch merchandise of the Voice of College Football. You know it's never too late for summer around here, because you can get some slides, keychain, can cooler, those t-shirts, coffee cups, top 25 that actually makes sense. I don't care about your team mug. And here's a notebook from the Voice of College Football itself, where all you got to do is write down your secrets. And it will keep
Hey, do you know this, Jack? Do you know this? They did research years and years ago, and they research proved that if you write something down, your ability to remember goes up 33% just by taking a note, writing it down. My wife writes everything down. She has her calendar, everything. Just by writing something down, your ability to remember, goes up 33%. It's amazing.
Oh, there you go. Well, with the Voice of College Football notebook, it goes up 99.99%. That I can guarantee. And there's a wine glass to cure all your troubles. And there's the Voice College Football flag, phone cases, blue jean jackets, want shirts for the kids, hoodies, socks, long sleeve shirts, pullovers, bomber jackets, a gym bag.
I like the zip up right there.
There we go. Little backpack. Oh, and there's a pint glass to show off to all your friends when you're hanging out, having some parties here and there. I know that's a pretty cool look. And a little something for the pets. A little pet bowl. Could you say no to the sweet face?
Mm.
I know I can't. I think he wants us to go get a little pet bowl. What do you think, Johnny?
I think that's sweetest looking pet. That is little. Oh gosh, love, love, love. Just
There
wrap
you
your
go.
arms around that little puppy,
Hey,
and that little puppy deserves a bowl with some good food. And there you go.
yeah, there we go. And it's something to tell all your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publix about the magic that top quality shirts brings from the voice of college football. I know it's bringing magic for all of us, and it can bring magic to you. That I can personally guarantee. But of course, let's get this night started. And I can tell you right now, it was awesome. I feel like the running game was utilized a whole lot better than it was in weeks past. I know that Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports was talking about the other night. It was on one of the call-in shows. It was either this week. It was this week, I believe. We talked about it, and he talked about how like the running game was underutilized. It was not used whatsoever. It wasn't used enough. But it seems today it was used more than it was last week and the week before. What do you think?
Well, I think the biggest thing is um, it kind of reverse tonight. They started off in weeks past. They would start off trying to run Jalen, do RPOs and stuff like that, run Jalen, and everybody, that's what everybody was trying to, to defend. And then tonight, they went opposite. They started trying to run the ball with the running backs, not so much Jalen, and then they were having success, and then that forced the defense to pay a little more attention to the inside. Eventually it turned into the edge, but pay a little more attention to Haynes and Miller, and then once that happened, then that opened up Jalen to do the hand fake a handoff, whatever, and run the ball. So I think they reversed the script, and it really was good. It worked out really, really well. The biggest thing I noticed was defensively, they were not running the 3-3-5. They had a 4-man front, and me, I've been really, really critical of 3-3-5, but tonight they were running the 4-3-4, and they were able to get pressure on the quarterback, and then they were also able to defend the run. And defensively tonight was very, very impressive. I was really impressed with the defense, and so I don't know, maybe they were listening to us. 3-3-5. Why are we running 3-3-5? And tonight, I know there were a couple of times they ran. They were in 3-3-5, but for the most part, all night they were in a 4-3-4, or 4-3-3, something like that. So that was different.
Yeah. I love some
Good
of the big
adjustment.
plays
Very
that
good
were
adjustment.
made. I love some of the big plays that were made, like especially one of the plays that were made in the fourth quarter. That was a humongous run that I saw. Like, it was wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show that Monday on video. Going low, and that was I know what you're talking about there late in the game. I forgot the name of the running back, but yeah, he went low. The defensive back was coming in low, and he went low with him and just bang bounced, just popped off of him and just
Richard
barreled on
Young.
forward or whatever. And that was, yeah, Richard Young, good player, needs to play more. To be honest with you, needs to play more. And one other thing, still too many penalties, stupid penalties. Early in the game, dumb penalties that kind of slowed everything down. Um, 2 or 3 penalties there in first, second quarter that left the score. Uh, just just the first half score could have been better, but I mean there were just a couple of little odd, holding this, that, and the other, and then there were a couple of penalties you look at and you're like, what the crap? I don't know what these, referees are thinking, and so anyway, yeah. But in the end, it was a game Alabama needed, and they will improve upon. They will use it. They will hopefully get behind it, and looks good. I think they finally conquered the demons, shall we say, and have a good, strong move, push forward. I mean, it's getting down to the end.
So I'm looking at the rushing yards stats combined. We've got 271 combined total yards, 4 touchdowns, and 37 total carries. That's definitely a lot more than we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Loving it. And, to your point about the penalties, we had 7 of them today, and that's nowhere near as bad as it was last
primarily in the first half. Primarily in the first half, stall drives, continued drives for Missouri, that kind of scenario. But second half got a little better, and still an issue. I would gander to bet. I would gander to bet that whoever wins the national championship, I don't know, I'd say 70% of the time, over historically, would be teams that are in the least penalized.
True. Yeah, because to your point,
Every
like
penalty
Michigan,
negative yardage.
yeah, because like Michigan, who won it all last year, they were one of the least penalized teams in all of college football. So it's like that is a key to winning, is not having very many penalties.
Mm-hmm.
And
the dumb ones are the unsportsmanlike conduct, the whatever jawing, which Alabama's had 2 or 3 times, or more. So those are the ones that are indicative of lack of personal discipline, that kind of stuff. And so, but as coaches, you got to reel that in. You got to hound guys. There's got to be a price to pay for if you're going to make it about me and show your butt out there and get all crazy stupid, and still, you always got to have a mindset, staying focused in the game, whatever quarter, whatever scenario. You gotta have discipline, and then
yeah, because I mean, if you're gonna win, you gotta be tight like this.
Mm-hmm.
Not pop off about one another or talk about one another behind each other's back like nobody else in the room. You can't do that. And we got our buddy from the call-in shows, Mike G, saying, "Roll Tide, we needed that one." Agreed, Mike G. Thank you for coming on in to tonight's edition of the post-game show. And Rough Rider Return says, "A vast improvement today." Agreed. If we can continue on, if we can have more games like we did today, 2 weeks from now against LSU, we can do this, boys. We can do this. We can get there. We just have to continue what we did today, what we did against Georgia, what we did throughout the first 3 games of the season as well. Mm-hmm. We do that, we're good to go. And we keep learning from the losses against Vanderbilt and Tennessee.
Players got to trust coaches. I mean, and coaches got to get after, the players, and coaches have to earn that trust. I mean, when I coached, I got after players, their little butts whenever they were, you know, not working hard, not being disciplined, you know, not being focused in games, making mistakes, stupid mistakes, and getting on there. And players don't mind that. As a player, I didn't mind a coach that got on to me, as long as I knew that coach was for me. And
Right.
I was lucky in my career to, play for a lot of coaches that were for me, and so I'm willing to accept that that criticism, as long as I know the coach and I know they're wanting to make me better. And so I know it's a new staff at Alabama, and I know they've got some, a lot of returning players and stuff like that. But coaches have to demonstrate, and you don't win a player over by just stroking their little ego. You're doing good, bud. All that kind of stuff. You get after them, but in a sense that they know I'm for you. I'm trying to make you better. And so there's a fine line there that coaches and players, and when they meet and they realize this guy can jump my little butt, but it's because he wants to make me better and he's for me, and that's when change takes place and players get better and mistakes you know diminish, shall we say. But that's a good coaches, that type of scenario. It's hard to find coaches that are like that players trust and appreciate, and do not doubt. If you doubt your coach, there's a problem.
Well, and we lost a guy today due to injury, and this guy's name was Cole Adams. What's your
Yeah, so
takeaway from that, and how long do you think he could be out?
I don't know. Did you see what the synopsis was with regard to it? I know he was limping. I didn't know if his hip, knee,
Well,
it was if it was
he's got a
or
cast on
muscle.
his leg. He's got the
Oh, he's
crutches
got a
there.
cast. Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
that's bad. Yeah, feel sorry for him. I knew he was in pain, and you can tell when they're grabbing the leg and stuff like that. So hate that for him because he was doing a good job. Good job. Probably underappreciated, but learning. Probably teammates were learning. That this is trustworthy. Guy. He'll go do his job. He'll work hard. I hate that for him.
Yeah. If I had to take guess, he's probably gonna miss at least most of November, really, or basically
Mm,
all of it.
yeah, and then during that time you lose your speed, you lose your conditioning. You're not running sprints. You're not sprinting. Just you know rhythm, all of that. So it's tough to come back from something like that. And toward the end of the season, I mean, obviously the time runs out. You don't have enough time to. So, but I hope if it is a, a serious problem, I hope he able to recoup, and then come back next year and because evidently he was doing a good job because he was out there and everything I saw from him. The last 2 or 3 weeks was positive. He's doing a good job. So I hate that for him.
Well, and our defense was looking fantastic today, and from what I so we basically forced 3 turnovers, and matter of fact, we got those were all interceptions. One of them was our guy Malcolm Moore getting it
Mm-hmm.
from Missouri, so that was pretty huge right there. How do you feel about our defense?
Um, I thought, well, today, number one, when they walk out there, first series, and I see them in a 4-man front, I'm like, thank you, thank you. I don't know who got it. May have been Womack's father, who's a coach and stuff like that. But when I saw him in a 4-man front, and then also doing stunts and stuff like that as the game progressed, I was like, okay, we're going. It's gonna be a good night. Tennessee, I don't know what they were thinking that 3-3-5, but I was really encouraged when I saw that, and I think it put them in a good position the rest of the game. I think they frustrated, they put pressure on Cook, the first quarterback, and then the second quarterback that came in, they were able to put pressure on him, and pressure always creates mistakes, that kind of scenario, which is what we were not able to do the last several weeks. So changing the defensive alignment was a very, very positive thing.
It was huge. It
Yeah,
was
it
huge.
was. Yeah, and they need to stay in that. They need to forget the 3-man rush and guys got all the time. And I know the 3-man is kind of and it's kind of an umbrella defense if you've got a running quarterback or somebody like that, and so you're going to try to press with three, offensive linemen, push, and that kind of stuff, and so you have three, linebackers out there. If he bails, and you can, umbrella and come up and make a tackle, or hopefully, that type of scenario. But at the same time, if you've got a good offensive line, then if you only have a 3-man front, they're going to run the ball. That's what happened in Tennessee. They just decided second half, we're going to run the ball. They keep lining up in this, we'll just run the ball. Killed them.
Yeah.
So
That's
but
yeah.
that was a good change. When I saw that first drive, when I saw them with a 4-man front, I was like, praise the Lord. I knew it was going to be good. So hopefully whoever it is, hopefully somebody learned a lesson. That's the base. 4.
There we go.
3,
And
a 3-man front, defensive front, a 3-man is a prevent Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? That's a 3-man.
yeah.
So anyway.
Oh yeah. And yeah, we saw Jalen Milroe's performance today. He had 215 passing yards, 16 of 26 completed passes. And unfortunately, he had 0 touchdowns. He didn't get any, 0 passing touchdowns at least. He got 1 rushing touchdown. And there's been some fans squawking about whether it's time to start the Ty Simpson era. And we saw Stephen M. Smith, the editor of Touchdown Alabama magazine, a good friend of the Voice of College Football, asking the question: is it time for the Ty Simpson era to start, or do we tough it out with Milroe? And chat, what do you think?
It's not Milroe. All right, listen to me. It's not Milroe. It's those 2 tackles. Those 2 offensive tackles, they are so big, 340, 3 whatever, so big, and they do those speed rushes on the outside. And you saw it tonight. I mean, they're just getting bulldogged and just shoved back, and they can't. They're trying to backpedal. That's obvious. If you're got a pass play, they're going to have to backpedal. But those guys are quick and they're strong, and they're just once you get on on the back heel and that kind of stuff, they just get those hands and just keep driving you back. And then, eventually, if ball isn't gone, boom, sack. And so many times I can understand Jalen struggling. I said this last week that, too much pressure. And you in your head, you're like, blah, blah, blah. I know if I don't get it off, I got to make a quick read, blah, blah, and the ball's gone. But then if it's the read is not there, what do I got to keep looking, go to second check, go to third check and stuff like that. And then these 2 guys protecting the perimeter, these 2 tackles, and then the boom, next thing you know, I'm hit right up under the chin. It happened tonight, first half, boom, boom, boom. then they start holding and that kind of stuff. I mean, these guys are too big, too big. When I see an offensive lineman is 340 pounds, I mean, come on. That's great if you're just going to run the ball, but if you're going to, do a spread offense like Alabama's doing, that kind of stuff, and these offensive tackles are, I mean, just humongous. You put a little guy out there, eventually they're going to whoop right by them. They're not going to be quick enough. Mm-hmm. So, need to get on a diet, shed some weight, get in around 300, 305 or whatever, and have a little quickness so you don't have to lug all this extra weight. So, yeah. That's Milroe's problem. I can see it because I've played that position, so I know it's. I can put some things on Milroe, but I'm telling you, the pressure, the outside pressure, and you saw him tonight getting right under the chin, bam, and I mean, you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, ball gone, and then 1, 2, 3, boom, guys hit me under the chin. And it's how many games in a row have we seen this?
Yeah, plenty.
So, anyway, too big, too slow on the outside. Can't those speed rushers as Missouri, South Carolina. Here we go, same thing. Tennessee, same thing. I mean, that guy's being hit right under the chin.
Yeah. I mean, we saw him getting sacked twice. It was by Johnny Walker Jr.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ugly. I mean, ugly, and you could see. And I'll pull it up Monday and do some cut-ups. I'll show you. Just ran right by the guy. Yeah. Tackle couldn't keep up. And that's what Alabama's missing. We used to have those guys that could press quarterback on the outside. That's what's missing. And I saw Saban, I saw other prognosticators and analysts, and all these people were saying the same thing. Alabama has no edge rush. But they did finally go to a 4-man front, and so we'll see. They got to find somebody that's going to put that pressure on there.
We're definitely going to wait and see. And I will say, it does look promising if we can keep doing what we're doing today. 2 weeks from now, it looks promising against LSU. But we need them to beat Texas A&M tonight.
Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna get busy with those cut-ups, and I'll show you a couple of things on those offensive tackles. The little
there we go, man. We got
edge rush, that kind of stuff, and it affects quarterback.
There we go. Tune in Monday afternoon at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the 10th edition of Crimson Tide Live from yours truly and Johnny Burt's. And Johnny, you go enjoy that. You go enjoy hanging out with your grandkid, man.
Yeah. My granddaughter Lily's here tonight, and so
there we go.
She wants to go walk the puppies, the dogs, and so we'll have a good time and everything. She's
there we go.
Fun.
A fantastic way to end a Saturday night. And another way to end
Alabama wins, and it's a great night, and we'll see if Auburn loses.
And we got there we go. And our friend Mark Rogers playing us out with college football bets from the voice of college football.
College football is even more exciting with some action on the line. And the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the voice of college football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the voice of college football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.